Hi there. The presentation today is on the second part of the lesson Lost Spring. This part of the lesson, just like the part 1, also highlights child labor, poverty, and exploitative conditions under which some children live across the country. So, here is the analysis of another tale of a boy trapped in a cycle of poverty and exploitation. But as the title goes, this is also an account of dream and hope. So, this part consists of an account of Mukesh, a boy born in the family of bangle makers in Firozabad. But he doesn't want to continue in the footsteps of his family. Instead, he wants to become a motor mechanic, a dream that is highly unlikely in his circumstances. Let's begin with the backdrop of the story of Mukesh. The writer captures the lives of the bangle makers of Firozabad. Firozabad is a place near Agra in UP. It is one of the prominent centers of glassmaking industry of India. Firozabad is synonymous with glass bangles. Families for generations are involved in the making of glass bangles here, and even children are involved in this hazardous work. The focus of this book by Anis Jung is on the poor and exploitative conditions of children like Sahib and Mukesh. So, a discussion on the hazardous nature of their work and deplorable conditions of their living is indispensable. So, one of the main focuses of this lesson is on the hazardous nature of the glass bangle industry. Let's delve into this aspect of the lesson now. The lesson says that about 20,000 children work in this industry illegally. Again, we can't rely on this figure of 20,000 as it's an old figure of the year 2005 when the book was published. But through it, we can see the enormity of the problem. Child labor is illegal in India. We have laws against it. We have the Child Labor Act of 1985. The Article 24 of the Constitution itself prohibits child labor in hazardous industries. And child here is defined as any person who is below the age of 14. So this is illegal and still happening. So this is the kind of situation that we see in this part of the lesson. So these children work in dingy cells in front of hot furnaces. So they work in very high temperature conditions. They work in dark cells without light and ventilation. Their eyes become more adjusted to the dark than light, and they often lose their eyesight before they become adults. The dust that rises from polishing of glass bangles also cause many diseases. They can cause respiratory diseases, they can even cause cancers. And they are, all these people who live there in such conditions, they are impoverished. They are in a very poor living condition and they are caught in these circumstances and they can never come out of it because they do not have the required money and the vision for this. Destiny and the burden of caste. This is how the bangle makers of Firozabad define their own conditions as. Here is an excerpt from the lesson. This is how the writer describes the poor living conditions of the bangle makers of Firozabad. We walk down stinking lanes choked with garbage, past homes that remain hovels with crumbling walls, wobbly doors, no windows, crowded with families of humans and animals coexisting in a primeval state. Mukesh has 5 members in his family: his father, elder brother, sister in law, and grandmother. They live in a half built shack. His father has toiled his life away in this profession of bangle making but could still not do much better than teaching his children the work of bangle making. Mukesh and his brother have never been to school. These people believe that they belong to the caste of bangle makers and so it is their destiny to be in this work. They cannot even think of changing it. They also have resigned to their condition. This resignation has killed the will and courage to bring any change in them. The hopelessness and the two worlds. The writer sees that the people living in Firozabad who are bangle makers, they have lost all their dreams and they have become completely hopeless. Why? Because they have accepted their lot. They call it their destiny to be bangle makers and be nothing else. And so they have lost any initiative to bring any change in their condition. The author says that there are two worlds, two different worlds in which they are trapped, and it's a vicious cycle out of which they can never come. These two worlds are the world of family and the vicious world of those having power. The world of family. They are caught in the web of poverty and their beliefs. They believe that they are born in the caste of bangle makers and so they cannot be anything else but bangle makers. And they are so poor, they do not have money, they do not have the resources to do anything else. So they are caught here in the world of family at one end. The second world is the world of those having power. They are also caught in this vicious circle of sahukar, middlemen, policemen, keepers of law, bureaucrats, and politicians. These are the people who have power. These are the people who can change the conditions of these people if they do their work properly. The middlemen have trapped their forefathers and fathers. They are under a lot of debt. They cannot come out of it until they repay their debt. The authority and law does not provide them any protection, though there are acts, there are constitutional rights guaranteed to the children. Still, they are not enforced in their land, and so they do not get any protection from the authority and the law keepers. They have no leader among themselves. They also lack any union. They also do not have any person who can lead them, who can put their cause forward. So, in this way, the people who are the bangle makers who live in Firozabad, they are trapped into these two worlds and their condition has become hopeless. The writer Anis Chand felt that the conditions of bangle makers was utterly hopeless, but then she talked to Mukesh and found a ray of hope. Mukesh has dared to dream and wants to become a motor mechanic, and the author finds a ray of hope in this hopeless world when she senses the flash of courage in Mukesh's dream. It is indeed a matter of courage to dream differently in this hopeless world. That was all about Lost Spring. Follow closely for the next presentation. Thank you.